launched a new version of the A6. It's a refresh, so while you don't completely get a new bag of tricks, they have managed to polish some of their old ones. Joel Pereira got his hands on one and took it for a spin.
You know what I really love about Audi? They know you want the sort of luxury you'd get in a Mercedes E-Class. But they also know you want the sort of fun you'd have in a BMW. And unlike other German manufacturers, Audi have realized that you don't need to sacrifice one for the other. They've become masters at offering you combinations of both fun and luxury with cars like this, the new Audi A6. Now you might say it looks like the old A6, and that's because it does. Well, but with a few slight differences. You've got a slightly different front grille and slightly different fog lamps and slightly different tail lamps. And thank God, those headlamps. And as a result, the car does, well, look slightly better. But it drives much better. Much, much better. You know how I said Audi want you to have luxury and fun? Yeah. So I'm sitting here in my plush seat fiddling with the plush MMI interface to set my plush climate control settings. But up front I've got a mad and nice 3-litre V6 diesel engine that does about 240 horsepower and 450 Newton meters of torque. See? Luxurious and fun. It's like meeting Prince Charles and expecting to sit down to a quiet, comfy royal family dinner, only to realize he'd rather much have you at a strip club. Even though it's only offered with an automatic box, you won't complain. Now the A6 almost seems to be watching you, waiting to see what you do. Now, the second you floor your pedal instead of just feathering it, the A6 understands that you're in the mood for a roll in the hay. And instantly, and I do mean instantly, shifts to a lower gear, belting away. Nope, there's no manual box option. But don't want it, don't need it. Of course, because this is an Audi, it has Quattro, which could very well be German for glue. And they've worked on the suspension too. So aside from the adaptive air suspension that you can get on the A6, Audi have also fiddled with the shocks on this thing to give you a little extra comfort. Now it's not a cushion on wheels like the E-Class, and things do get a little crashy on bad city roads, but it's miles more comfortable than the BMW 5 Series. Now the A6 will cost you about 45 lakh rupees, and given the amount of stuff you get, it's a fantastic deal. So if you're too old for the stiff ride on the BMW and too young to submit to an E-Class's soft touch, then the A6 really might be the most complete car for you. While it isn't a huge improvement over the last one, at least it's an improvement instead of just plastic surgery. And for a refresh, that's not half bad.
Alright, so moving on to the Honda CR-V, arguably India's most popular soft-roader. But is this plush sedan on stilts a good choice if you're looking to buy second-hand? Kailash Menon finds out.
Alright, you're a sucker for 4x4s and you've been raiding the used car market to buy one for yourself. But there's only one problem. You don't like the old school big brute SUVs. You want something sassy, something that's refined, something that's a blast to drive. Well, if these are your conditions, then look no further than a used Honda CR-V. It killed the carbon-belching 4x4s worldwide and kicked in the concept of soft roaders in India. The design is more fluid and curvy. The interiors are smart and luxurious. And the drive? Well, it is a blast to drive. The CR-V has got a 2.4-litre petrol engine that spits out 159 bhp and it's got 218 Newton meters of torque on tap. But when you drive this thing, it's not exactly torquey like an Endeavour or a Pajero. It's more on the faster side. It's like driving one of those sports sedans. And when you blow the throttle, it's more like a motorcycle, you know, it revs and screams. I know you don't believe me, but listen to this thing. See? Though it comes with an all-wheel drive, it's more of a downtown cruiser than a dune basher. Now the CR-V is a soft roader, it's not exactly a purebred off-roader, but if you love off-roading and you're those enthusiast sorts, you can do that, but make sure you have a support crew of 4-5 burly men, one farm tractor and some rope. Because to be quite honest, the all-wheel drive thing on the CR-V is more of a marketing gimmick than a real off-road advantage. What I'm trying to say is it will work fine for your weekend getaway to Kasoli, but if you're planning to conquer the Khardungla on a CR-V, you're dead meat, my friend. But on the road, the CR-V is nothing less than entertaining. With minimal body roll and low center of gravity, maneuvering this hunk is a breeze. Now the low-slung design of the CR-V literally hugs the road at high speeds, and the steering wheel is also precise to the point. It's a car that probably your mom or your girlfriend can take out shopping without getting intimidated. A few checks are mandatory before you sign the dotted line. Now make sure you check the car's suspensions before you buy it, and to do that all you got to do is take the car on a bumpy stretch of road and listen in carefully for any squeaks or knocks. If you hear any, that means your drop link is damaged and you better get it replaced before you sign the dotted line. Now if your car has done more than 50,000 clicks, make sure you check the rear differential, and to do that all you got to do is pull away briskly from a full steering lock or just take a U-turn, and if you hear a lot of groans or squeaks and knocks, that means your differentials are damaged. So make sure you bargain for a discount. So there you have it, a 2-year-old used Honda CR-V would cost you somewhere around 15 to 18 lakh rupees, and if you find a CR-V that passes all the tests that I mentioned, just drop the check and seal the deal.